Hello and welcome to Slice of Anime, a podcast hosted by a couple of desi nerds who like geeking out about anime with friends. My name's Aarti and I'm here with Anshuman,
Hi.
Joshua,
Hi.
and Anish.
Desi weebs, let's move up.
Yeah.
Take us away, Anshuman, with our topic for today.
So today we're going to talk about the recipe for making a bad anime and what makes an anime bad. So to start off, guys, how do you decide what anime to watch? Like, how do you pick an anime to watch? Well, if you want to watch an anime, what's the criteria?
If I could start off, I would like to say that one thing, especially if it's an anime that's already ended, that something that would be of very paramount importance to me would be something with a very satisfying ending. Because no matter how great the show is, if the ending is like just a botched up nothing, I would be so disappointed with that. And that's one of the reasons why I don't even suggest Game of Thrones to people anymore. Because after investing yourself for so much time to get something like that at the end, you're like, and I have a personal gripe with an anime that a lot of people really like a lot, but I greatly dislike for this reason. So, anyone else who would like to say, like, what's their reason why they would want to start an anime?
For me, I guess it just if like people suggest it. So and then I like of course I form my own conclusions as I go through it. But
How do you pick up an anime? As in, so just on suggestions.
yeah, just based on suggestions actually. And the hype that's going around it. So yeah. But yeah, I don't have a lot of animes to complain about. There are a few. But yeah, that's mostly it for me.
So, Aarti, what
Ani.
about you?
Well, for me, I like character-driven stories more than plot. So I look for anime that have a lot of strong characters. I mean, the plot is not always enough to convince me. Like, I will watch a good anime with a good, solid plot, but I'm actually more, I show a preference to character-driven stories, which is probably why I excuse all the plot holes in fairy tale and I still love that thing. So, clearly for me, it depends. It depends on whether it passes I have enough characters to remain attached to this show. And what about you, Anshuman?
So first, I look at the summary and then I give watch one episode of it. So depending on if I like the first episode, then I make a judgment if I want to invest myself in it or it's a shit anime.
Just one episode, not
Yeah,
even three.
It's actually like
Yeah,
too
you
early
should
to
at least
decide.
you should
Something
give
like
three.
Steins Gate,
Usually
they
people
started
go
really
with a
slow.
3 episode minimum, right?
Right.
From what I hear.
no. So
And
if you have a great first episode, then even if the second and third episode are bad, I can still watch the entire series because the first
no,
episode is
but
not
like I
expensive.
feel like the thing is with anime is that the first
Even if
episode is always just foreplay. Like think
Yeah.
about
But that's
anything.
good.
Take
just
Full
building
Metal
up the
Alchemist.
world,
Like
I
the
guess.
first episode is it's like kind of goofy. Oh, freezing alchemist. Oh, he's doing this. But the second episode, when they get mom back, ooh, that's when
But
I'm
then,
sold.
it's the first episode that attracts you to go to the second episode, right?
And personal
Not
preference, right?
yeah.
I mean, this clearly is a major difference of opinion between all of us here.
3 episodes for me. Like I give it 3 episodes, and then like if it's not, then
Yeah.
and that's one of the reasons why I put off Black Clover for so long.
Ah.
I read the manga of Black Clover, so I liked.
You lucky bitch.
Yeah, I read.
The
I
only
started.
problem of Black Clover is Asta's VA, dude.
Yeah,
That's
but
his
then you get
only
used to
problem.
it. After
No,
You
they
do get
changed the
used
Or
to
you
it.
VA.
just watch it in dub. You watch it in dub until they change the VA and then
I
you
did that.
continue.
I did that. It was literally
See?
less annoying.
Modern problems require modern
Modern
solutions.
Oh
Black
man.
Clover, yeah, but his voice was a little irritating initially.
But
No, that's what they changed his V at around episode 35 or 40, right? If I'm not
Oh.
mistaken.
Yeah, but
Like-
like for your 3 episode limit.
Yeah.
It was damn annoying, yeah.
No, that being said, like I'm to Anshuman's point, I am somebody who will actually even give an anime a whole season to try and grow on me, assuming people hype it up enough for me. Like if I don't like an
that's what I
anime
meant, yeah.
and there is so much hype surrounding it, I will try so hard to get myself to give it a chance. But then there are times when I still hate it. And there's going to be one particular show we talk about, we'll get to it in the episode later, where I gave it a good season and a half and I still hate it. So, well, we'll talk about that soon.
But can you give me an example of like a show which you saw an entire season of and like you didn't like it till like
ReZero.
at the end? Oh, okay.
I will. This is going to be
I agree.
major unpopular opinions
No,
for the
I
rest
agree
of the
with you.
internet because everyone in the universe just seems to love ReZero, and I'm just like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Abel Sama would be very upset with you.
Yeah. Well, it's fine. I'll live with it.
I thought like initially it was fine, then it got too repetitive in between, and then
because the resurrection trope is repetitive, right?
It is like watching the endless 8 arc of Haruhi Suzumiya season 2
No, I
for an
finished it
entire
just now.
season. Just consistently. It infuriates me. Subaru is a horrible protagonist. I hate him. I don't like him at all.
We just got 10 dislikes.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this. I watched until the episode. Okay, since we're already starting with the what makes a bad anime, and since we already got onto ReZero, I am going to take over this conversation and talk a little bit about ReZero. Okay, My first issue with Subaru, right? Okay, everyone's reasoning is the show is set up to make you hate Subaru. I get it. I understand. I do hate him. But then they have that episode in season 2, part 1 about his parents and his whole entire backstory becoming a dropout hikikomori nonsense and like why his mental health issues manifest the way they do and a whole explanation as to why his character is shit. I get it. I saw the episode. I felt sympathy, but I still don't like him. I'm still not convinced enough to like forgive all the fuckery that happened in season 1 and continue watching the show. It's not gonna happen. I still hate him. And I mean, they did my girl Rem so dirty. Like I watched that whole Rem versus Emilia situation where she gives him one of the most heartfelt speeches in all of anime, and then he just goes, "But I love Emilia. Go fuck yourself." No.
Kind of the best moment in
season
anime.
1 itself.
That was in season 1, yeah. It was so annoying. It was so sad. My poor girl Rem, my poor sweet innocent girl Rem. Best waifu, and she got done so bad. Okay, those were my biggest complaints about ReZero. I have more, but I mean we could be here all day. Continue. Somebody else take the wheel.
Best waifu Speedwagon.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. 100%.
I love that even Joshua is getting it now.
Yeah. I did watch
First.
thanks to like you and Aarti. So,
Yeah. He used to start part 4 still, so we'll see.
Stardust Crusaders is what I just finished. Yeah, I just
That's
felt
a bit
bad
hard.
for Kakyoin and Abdul.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. But Abdul is voiced by our Lord and Savior All Might.
Yeah.
It's like, are you All Might? Yes, I am.
He is Abdul Might.
Abdul Might. Yeah.
Somebody else to harp about a different anime so that I can
So-
get over my rage for ReZero, please.
Adding 10 more dislikes to the video, an anime which I spoke about earlier, which I kind of really dislike because of such a botched up ending, is Death Note.
He said it.
He
I
said
said
it.
it.
I
If
agree.
you want to watch a great show that stimulates you mentally with also a great ending, watch Code Geass.
Good, yeah.
Come on, guys, do it. Stop it. Stop
No, but-
watching that.
Or
That good. I feel is like very much like I get like a Breaking Bad kind of situation with Death Note, where a lot of people love the show because of, maybe it was the first time they were watching something like this, or it was something new to them. However, the show does not have a rewatchability at all. In fact, my disdain for it grew because I rewatched it. Like if I watched it just once and stopped, I'd be,
Really in the
Death
same.
Note's the best show ever. Everyone should start with Death Note. But like the second time, I was like, seriously, like that's how you got caught at the end. You smart guy. You smart. You rivaling L. L. If L saw you right now, L would be disappointed.
The explanation for this was since Neo and Melo's IQ combined, if you add that IQ is more than Light's, so they are smarter than Light.
That is plot convenience, okay? That is plot convenience at its peak. And I mean, if you think about Death Note, Light had a ridiculous amount of protagonist powered luck on his side to be able to get away with like 60% of the stuff that he got away with. So, I mean, even when people say, oh yeah, Neo got lucky and when he got Light, blah, blah, Light got lucky when he got away from L those many times as well. So you can't just dismiss luck from the anime anyway because it's a consistent thing throughout the entire show.
There is only one more, like, this is like another thing. There's only one moment that right now I can recall from Death Note, which I'm like, oh, yeah, this was awesome. And that was when Light gets the piece of paper of the Death Note from his watch and he gets back all his memories. Yo, that was like, okay, that was a very cool thing. And I remember it. I don't remember anything else that he's done that's smart.
The potato chip was just hype, okay? It was not smartness. It was just the most hype theatrical moment in all of recent anime at that point when Death Note was still airing and everyone was just like memeing on the potato chips.
Yeah, like watch Epic Meal Time before like the screening of that episode.
True.
Shout out to my boys, Epic Meal Time.
Agreed.
But I still feel it wouldn't be reason enough to not watch Death Note. Like, it's still a great starter anime, in my opinion.
But the ending is bad.
Yeah, but see, for the normies, of course, you can suggest it. But like, we are seasoned, veteran weeb people. When we like, our standards are ridiculously high at this point. Why do you think we trash on the popular stuff? We're trashing on all the popular stuff as we speak right now.
So, adding 20 more dislikes to the video. The
Yes.
anime I dislike is Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
moment of silence. Moment of silence.
Is this
So,
what you all felt like when I said Death Note?
so my reason being, whenever Jujutsu Kaisen, the main reason I watch a shonen anime is because the protagonist should have a motive, a good enough motive. The main character has terrible motive, as in he doesn't have a motivation to like, I'll die. Why should I die?
I get it.
But if you look at, so the motive well done is My Hero Academia. So they establish everything in the entire series. He's a good child. God didn't get powers. He got inspired by All Might, and that's why in the end he wanted to save Bakugo. That makes sense because he wanted to die. He was risking his life and to save someone. But here, why he's trying? He's like, okay, I'll die. No issues. In Jujutsu Kaisen, I was like, what?
No, but I guess if you look at it, I guess they're building his character upon empathy to a very large extent. Because, I mean, of course, first of all, you have to consider a lot. You have to consider his bond with his grandfather,
Yeah,
which is really important. Secondly,
But
his
they didn't
feelings
establish
were...
it.
Yeah,
They didn't
no, I
establish
mean,
that well. It was just like brushed aside, maybe in manga, but not in anime.
yeah, but now a lot of his backstory is still not like animated. I mean, I've just watched 11 episodes, so a lot of his backstory is still in the dark. So what emerges? I mean, there could still be more justifications for why he behaves like that. But I feel even as of now, it's still good enough because he realizes he's the only one who can shoulder all of that. Like
But
in
why
this
does it
world,
need
at
to?
least.
The question is, why does it need to?
because
mean,
he's quote unquote the chosen one, because he's the only person who can
But
who can
do the
be
thing.
Kuna's vessel?
but
The reason I'm being cryptic is because Aarti is gonna start it, and I
No,
don't
no,
want to
Yes.
spoil
I
it
know,
for
I
her
know.
because like I kind of like the show.
I mean, okay, to summarize what we have come up with, Anshuman has a preference for clear motivations. You guys inferred motivations and still like the show, and he's just like, okay, no, not good enough. That is the
no, but
unpopular opinion. And
you
don't
can
worry,
inform.
Anshuman, we still love and accept you in this safe space.
Accept you is there. So,
Shut up.
But
No,
dude, who even cares about Itadori, dude? He's like all right, but we have a best boy in Jujutsu Kaisen, which we still can't talk about because I've hyped it up too much for Aarti, and I want her to see who it is and know that yeah, this is what Anish meant by best boy. Viewers, y'all know.
Okay. Continue,
That's all.
Anshuman. Do you have any other points to add to Jujutsu Kaisen for the moment?
no, I just watched 2 episodes and then I didn't get the motivation enough to continue. The main reason I was very hyped to watch the anime because all the hype surrounded it, and then I saw like, nah, he doesn't. As in, I don't know why. The question is, why is he doing it? That's the main question is coming back. Okay, this is cool. He's doing it, but why?
I think maybe in a couple of more episodes because in the second episode you've not met Gojo yet, right?
I'm not Gojo. I've
No,
seen,
but like, has he explained to Itadori like what the situation is?
yeah, I've seen first
Oh,
2 episodes. I gave it another episode because of the hype.
so
Oh,
wait, so he's
yeah.
met the principal basically.
Yeah.
Acha.
So
Sorry,
if you
Aarti.
Fair
also
enough.
also if you look at it, the story of Jujutsu Kaisen, the main theme is same as Noragami.
Yeah, I was just going to actually draw parallels between that, like the curses and the thing. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I found those
and
like the
Noragami does
setting
it really well.
similar.
I think
Yeah.
this is also a little bit of, because Anshuman has declared in our previous episode, you will find a link for that in the show notes and description, that Noragami is his favorite anime of all time. Clearly, there is a bit of a personal bias creeping in
I
there,
thought it
which is
was Hunter x
obviously
Hunter.
justifiable because I have personal biases for which I hate anime too. This is why we have a podcast.
I guess my hate for Death Note also arises from my personal bias to Code Geass.
Yeah, everyone is biased to
See?
Code Geass. So
Oh,
Joshua,
Code Geass was love, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Kodiak was good.
Joshua, 10 more dislikes. Do you want to add?
Yeah, Joshua, your turn.
Me, okay, I'm gonna apologize to Aarti first and then who else. But it's just like fairy tale, I guess. Cause for me, when I started fairy tale, like I was really into it. Like you know, 'cause, like I used to come and tell you. I think so. Yeah, yeah. So I did like the characters are very personal. I felt like I mean all of them like Natsu, Lucy, Gray, Oza, all of them, and I just felt like after the Grand Magic Games arc, it just everything went downhill. Like that was my thing. That and characters not really dying, I guess, because I mean I know it sounds
अरे मर
funny,
जाओ ना!
but like
It's called the
but
power of plot armor.
the
Power of
reason
friendship.
That's
yeah
it.
no but see the
S
reason
tier,
like
S tier power scaling.
yeah
No,
like
see,
the reason like characters normally at least so far it's like Jiraiya and Itachi in Naruto so you know they die then you have like character development and then like so over here Makarov dies and then people are like hey let's get stronger and then Makarov is like hey I'm back I just
Too bad I'm stronger now.
I just feel it takes away from it. I mean, it could be biased. Like, I guess not everyone's going to agree with me, but I
Also,
just feel it's convenient.
yeah.
also fairy tale messes up the entire power structure in the end.
I
Gildar,
swear.
Oh,
the Gildar,
absolutely. Power
Natsu suddenly
scaling
became
makes no sense.
like super powerful in the end. Gildar became super weak. Like,
Natsu didn't become super powerful. I felt like The season
But
when
they
they
made
had
that super weak. They hyped him up so much that he's the powerful one, and
yeah,
then
because I think so if you remember, there was this one manga panel where they're talking about two seeds where he has a dragon seed and the demon seed, and the both are fusing and he's gonna die. And this dude is like, "What do I choose? Wait, I will choose human." So it's just
Yeah.
like I'm like, bro.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I definitely agree with you on the resurrection trope being the annoying thing about fairy tale as
Nice.
is. Like, I absolutely despise it when characters are resurrected and don't die in general anime. But again, fairy tale has nostalgia card and strong character card, which is why I can find myself to like, be accommodating towards it. But I agree with you when you say after the Grand Magic Games, everything just went downhill in terms of plot.
Downhill.
I think it
Like
went
I
down
think
way
so the
before that.
coolest part was where Natsu fights Blue Note. Like when after the time skip.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I remember that. But earlier it was like Gildatsu took him down and Natsu could do nothing. And this time Natsu don't even notice his presence. And he's like, who the fuck are you?
But then it was
Yeah.
a filler series, not an actual.
Sorry?
It was a filler arc, not an
No,
actual
it's
arc.
not filler.
It was filler.
It's not filler, it's animated. It was after
Uh,
they returned.
Anime. Yeah,
It's
after
not
now,
it's not
it is.
filler.
I think it is filler.
It
I am
is.
as confused as anybody else. Anish and I are just sitting here looking
It's
very
not filler.
confused.
It's
Wait, y'all have watched it too, right?
Of
like
course, but
like
so long ago.
Yeah,
I
I
I
think
went to
have.
Logic and I was like, oh my god, Moshi. Then
I think it was before 124, before the GMG started.
Before?
The Grand Magic
GMG
Game started.
was
No,
after
no,
the
no,
time
no.
skip,
This
but
is
Yeah.
before.
yeah, no. This is after the GMG. This is like when you're going into. This is before the. Uh, I think this is the Alvarez arc. It's after the GMG. I'm 100% sure.
No,
Okay.
after
There was
GMG, it just got boring, man.
after
Yeah.
GMG you had the Dragon arc. Then you had the one where you had the Tartarus arc, and this is after Tartarus arc.
I
No,
stopped after GMG.
after Tartaros, things got even worse, if I may
Yeah,
say
this
so.
is after Tartarus, and I felt that was the highlight, and then it just like.
Did you see the new anime dropped by the mangaka of Fairy
Oh,
Tail?
Eden
Thousand, yeah.
Zero! I have
It's
to
so
still
bad.
watch it.
It is
It
bad.
looks like Fairy Tail 2.0 because Happy is still there. Like they got a blue cat in this anime. It's in
Lucy is still
space
there.
and they named him Happy. His name is still Happy, which is
Lucy is
like,
still there.
why? It's not Lucy. Her name is something else.
But
And the woman who's supposed to play Urza with the red hair, her name is Crimson or something like that. And I'm just like, isn't this a little
Yeah,
too on the
it's
nose? I don't know.
it is bad. It is
his
bad.
the same author, like the same mangaka. His first anime or his first manga is like so he has this character who looks like Jalal, and so I think so he replicates his characters all throughout. I think he does that.
It's very possible. And I mean it's a nice way to appeal to fans to actually check out the series, right? Like I mean putting little Easter eggs and cameos and fun stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I mean they're different
like
characters,
Akira
but they have
wanted
the same drawings. Like they look the same.
I think
like
one of the
Akira wanted the weebs to listen to rock music.
Araki. I think you mean Araki.
Let's cut that out. Let's cut that out.
Yeah.
I have no idea who Araki is.
Araki.
So. What is this?
Araki is the mangaka who made Jojo is Joshua.
Oh yeah, I should have known that after
All-
talking to you for so long. Yeah.
all the stands are rock
Named
rock
after
songs
classic
or,
rock bands
Yeah.
or songs or songs.
or songs. Yeah.
Cars.
Like I
Yeah.
saw this one meme today where it's like can't find a single like Instagram Jojo tags on Instagram have ruined King Crimson for me. I can't find the band anywhere, and it's like Jojo fans.
It's so true though. Like sometimes when people will mention something like a classic rock song, the first thing I think about is the stand and not the music, which is like, I think it's affecting my daily life now, man. I mean, if someone says AC/DC, I think of Pillowmen. I don't
Pillowmen,
think of
yeah.
the band. It's a problem.
Wait, so the rock band stand thing is after Stardust Crusaders.
Yes, even more so because in part four,
Stardust also.
Anish and I have this one stand that both of us love called Red Hot to Chili Pepper. It's a very cool stand.
Do the stand users also, the goat dude, like he's getting the shit beat out of him.
And he's an electric guitar. It's just incredible. Oh my god. Jojo's only gets better after part 3, if I'm honest. It just
I
keeps
don't
getting
know
better and
why
better.
it's so bizarre.
That's the point.
Since
We're talking about making jokes and references that are too on the nose. Here we have Anish calling JoJo's bizarre,
Bizarre.
since we're on JoJo,
profound, groundbreaking.
since you're on
Back
JoJo,
to bad anime.
Yeah,
since
since
you're on
we're on
JoJo,
JoJo's.
so how much of like the animation style affect the decision that it is a bad anime? Like many people don't watch JoJo because of the animation style.
It's not bad, it's just different though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
bad in a conventional sense. It's not conventional.
Not conventional. Yeah, I mean,
So is One Piece. Many people don't watch One Piece. One of the main reasons is the length. The other reason is the animation style.
Yeah, I mean,
So how much of
the sheer number of
plays?
episodes you can get discouraged, but I don't think so. For me personally, the animation style doesn't play that much of a role. It's like the story and the characters and stuff.
But I
definitely.
have noticed that there is actually quite an outrage behind animation styles because and I have like a personal dislike to this. So sometimes the production houses, they make a character more busty, or like they make them extra sleek. So I don't know if that really counts as an animation style, but like that is getting incorporated, and I have noticed like a lot of people get turned off from shows like this because like it's just they're 16 years old but they've got like stick like bodies and huge proportions everywhere else.
That
And
happened with One Piece though. Like Nami initially and then Nami afterwards.
That's
Like,
kind of
yeah,
sick.
so like a lot of people had like gripe
No.
against that.
Sorry, go on.
And I feel like I had a problem with this with Code Geass, and I feel like a lot of people don't watch Code Geass because of this, which upsets me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continuing from Anish, I think that the main turn off because the main turn off for me is the same. So because in every anime, if you see most of the anime, even the isekai anime or be it slice of life or be it shonen, they have like a harem trope, and there are people who are like busty and they're like just there. There's no
For
plot.
fan service.
Yeah, there is fan service. There's no plot. That's the entire plot. Like see episode 1, there's gender bender too, as in they just put everything together and mishmash. And there's another end of the spectrum here, like the people who like they make the animation like everyone is like flat characters and they don't look like a male or female character. So it's just they just go steer away
Which one are you
from.
talking about?
I don't remember, but there are quite a few. So one of the examples of the earlier one is called 100. The the plot was nice. I read the summary, it was nice, but then after then started the anime in the first episode, they put just like fan service after fan service after fan service. Like every second scene is a fan service, and that's true for most of the anime right now. So I think
But
Fan service
there
is a
is
questionable trope. I mean, there are a lot of reasons why people do put it in. And again, I
But
think
then
that
you
some amount of it is related to the target demographic being like for shonen anime, the target demographic is young, high school or middle school boys. So you would want to put in more fan service to attract
yeah,
more eyes.
but then yeah, fan service is fine. I'm not against because even Fairy Tail has fan service, but then you
Yeah.
can't make an entire plot just about fan service. Let's
Agreed.
I'd like to disagree with that because I dislike fan service. However, I really like, ecchi shows like Food
Oh,
Wars.
ecchi
Because
is
that's
it's
hilarious.
different. It's different. Ecchi is a different
That's-
category.
But that's not how you see my point, right? But there is a plot in Food Wars. You can
Yeah.
see why it's happening, what is happening. That's not the same here. It's like just putting fan service because you don't have a plot.
Food Wars is a very great beginner anime for your
Family.
parents, anime time with family. I did it with my parents. They really enjoyed the anime.
We must mention that Anish has very cool parents that are very accepting of his weak tendencies. So
Please do not.
we do not hold ourselves responsible for any fallout that may happen if you choose to replicate what we advise here. Please do not sue us or
I mean,
send us angry emails. Thank you.
if a person loves us enough to like have a blind watching of a show that we suggest, God bless you, my man or
Yes,
woman. God
you
bless
are
you.
man, woman, or non-binary person. We are inclusive
Yes.
here.
Yes. Everyone.
Everybody.
So, Aarti, what's the trope that you hate?
Well, we did cover it a bit, but resurrection, I do not like
Apart
very
from that,
much at all. In general, I feel like if a character dies, they've got to stay dead.
that
And Fairy Tail is very guilty of this, but another good anime that was like great in my books in terms of plot and characters was Great Pretender. They did this right at the end where they just brought a quote unquote dead character just back to life out of the power of I don't even know what. Like their death was very, very like graphic. They had a gunshot wound and fell into the ocean. I'm not going to tell you who it was because I hope you do watch the show. It's a really good show. But character gets shot on a boat in the middle of the ocean and gets thrown off board. And then later on, turns out they were rescued by some fishing family in fucking Taiwan, sitting there and they're like chilling out and they're like, yeah, okay, my memory is gone. And I'm going to just sit with this fisherwoman family and like live my best life. And that's the end of the whole arc. And I'm just like, how did you come back to life? You had a gunshot wound. You were dead. How is it that anybody found you?
How does a gunshot wound give memory loss?
I don't get that either.
We just gunshot brain memory loss.
No, it was not brain. It was abdominal gunshot.
Was.
Then I have no explanation.
I didn't watch a Bollywood movie.
I'm so hungry. I forgot everything.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't like Great Pretender as well. Again, the first episode. There are a lot of plot holes in Great Pretender.
No. The thing about Great Pretender is that if you get through the entire arc, they cover the plot holes that seem to appear in the beginning.
Well, the episode 1, how did you get to Los Angeles? How did you get a passport so fast? How? He didn't have any documents.
He stole the guy's documents who he pickpocketed and put the knife on, right?
No, but then you need a visa.
No, it depends if you're from Japan or Taiwan, you can actually go into the US for an N number of days without a visa, incidentally. I found that out very recently.
Yeah, but then that's still, you should explain it, right? As in, that's not the case generally.
No, they're
explain
like,
the plot gap.
fuck you, do your homework. Homework is for
You need to be woke enough to know what countries have like diplomatic relations with America to be able to enter my flight without a visa. If you want to watch this show.
What a requirement.
But yeah, I'll give it a try though. You say it's good, right? Then
It's very good. I mean, if until you get to the final arc where there is resurrection, which pisses me off. But I mean, just because of that, I'm not going to drop the show because, again, it has strong enough characters for me to want to follow a good selection of husbandos and waifus. I'm happy.
But it's a good anime that was ruined by fillers.
Bleach. I wash my clothes with it. Is Bleach. Do you know what's the filler ratio of, like, what's the filler percentage for Bleach?
I'm not sure.
Just throw a number out there. Can any of you guess? We have
74.
Okay, that's
the vampire arc is The vampire arc is the
Nothing so
filler.
bad. But it's like
50%?
Joshua can. You're very close. Anshuman
20.
is
I
45.
just said,
Okay. I
Asha.
didn't hear you.
45% of it's
Okay.
filler. And like I'm just like, yo, I'm out. Because a lot of it is filler canon mix episodes. So even in the episodes which is canon, you'll get like 5 minutes of canon and 15 minutes of them like just dicking around. And like if it happens once in a while, I'm fine because even in Black Clover, like there are like it happens once in a while, and like I get a giggle out of it. But like over here, I'm seeing like 7, 8 episodes in like a stretch are like canon filler mix. I'm like, yo, I'm out. I ain't even getting into this. And the fillers
Yeah.
start from like episode 60 with like what you released for like a year and 1 week, and then you're like, okay, we're taking 1 year off, so fillers.
Oh man.
Like disappointing.
That's the same for Naruto as well, right? Naruto has an insane amount of filler.
Yeah.
No, Naruto has
But
a 15% filler. 1 5.
Oh,
Oh, then if I have
Naruto.
to compare Naruto and Bleach, wow, Bleach has a lot of filler.
The thing is with Naruto, like after each arc, they'll have like 1, 2, maybe 3 episodes. And I only remember 2 places where there were like a chunk of fillers. One was after the pain fight, where like they were just dicking around for 30 episodes. And one was during the Great War, where
Yeah,
like
it's kind of like
around
me thing.
there were like 15, 20 episodes which
Yeah.
were, but like in chunks, that's 50 episodes. Bleach regularly has 50 episode filler chunks. That's that's just too
so
much for me.
the point is, does filler ruin an anime for you, or did the filler in Naruto ruin Naruto for you, or did the filler in Bleach ruin Bleach for you?
it did.
Filler and Breach ruined it for me. I couldn't go past. Like, just no. And
I
for
skipped the
Naruto,
Naruto
it
filler.
slowed me down a lot. Like, I didn't because I used to watch Naruto freaking where I downloaded all the episodes at 30 kbps speeds, and I thought 30 kbps was like lightning fast speed. It took me 6 months to download the whole thing. So like all of my half my 9th standard went for that. And back then there was no My Anime list or anything like that, and I didn't even know something like that existed. So I was just watching it. I was like, yo, I don't want to know what 1010 was doing 6 years ago. I was like, I'm out. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Y'all are rebuilding the village. Just say 1 year later, and I don't want to do
Call it a
this.
day.
You know
Yeah,
what? You know what feels like a filler but isn't a filler? Haru Suyum as Endless Eight.
True. But you do
No,
know what happened about that, right?
yeah,
Their production schedule and like the fact that they were adapting the light novel into it. What happened was they wanted to adopt more of the light novel into it, but it was getting very rushed. So they removed some portion they were adapting to put into the movie. And so they were left with empty episodes that they had to fill and they didn't know what to do with. So what they did was made endless 8 arcs for 8 episodes, which
but
was ridiculous. The thing
the,
is, it's called Endless 8 because it's the month of August, the 8th month, repeating
Okay.
endlessly. But the thing is, the annoying thing is they realize they're stuck in a time loop in almost every episode and they're unable to break out of it for all of those 8 episodes. And it's just them debating whether or not to break out of it, how to break out of it, and not doing anything for
the
eight
same way,
episodes.
in the same way, same
The
exact way.
only thing that's different is their outfits and like occasional tweaks here and there. That's about it. So
Yeah. I
it
mean,
does become a pain to watch.
could probably tolerate it for 2 episodes, I guess.
Eight
Yeah,
episodes.
8 episodes is a lot.
Yeah.
But
I
that
think
is
originally it was scheduled to be within two
one.
episodes, but again, like they said, they wanted to adapt the extra stuff into the movie, so they had an empty space to fill. And then they went and like gave the fans an endless 8 arc.
But that is pretty creative if you look at it from the creative as an artistic perspective. That
I
repeated the
wouldn't
entire.
I wouldn't mind seeing an endless death arc for Aarti, you know who.
I
Golden
know who you're
Generation.
talking
I wouldn't.
about. It's part
I
5
wouldn't.
spoilers, guys.
I
It's
wouldn't
part
mind
5
doing that.
spoilers.
I wouldn't mind doing that. Like
Yeah.
death number 68,900 and so commits suicide after he sees people putting a pineapple on his like authentic Italian pizza.
Hey man, okay, no, unpopular opinion in social time. I like pineapple on pizza, and I think pineapple belongs on pizza.
So that's
Feel
it, guys.
free to
That's all
disagree
for the
with
podcast.
me.
You killed King Crimson.
That's all for the podcast. We'll talk to you later.
Oh God, yeah, okay. If that added 20 more dislikes to the video, guys, I'm sorry, but pineapple belongs on pizza. I will take that statement to my grave.
What if we get
Always.
200 likes for that?
I'm going to be very happy about the human race if we get 200 likes for the fact that pineapple belongs on
You guys
pizza.
invited to my wedding. We having
Yeah.
pineapple pizzas for dinner.
Pizza.
Yes. Agreed.
So what? Do you have any anime that that was ruined because of fellow?
Like I told
I
you,
think
Naruto,
I'm.
I just skipped over the filler, so I was fine.
I watched an anime called Philo. It had a few episodes of Naruto in it.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's supposed to.
Sorry. My brain just passed, guys. Sorry.
So I'll just continue with that. One of the anime that was ruined for me because of fillers was this anime called The Blue Exorcist. So, so the
Oh.
first 5 or 6 episodes were like really well done, like really well done. Then after that, they just diverted the entire plot, as in it was the entire different plot, and they ruined the entire anime. And then what happened is they announced season two. If they continue the same plot, it's fine. They announced season two, and they adapted the season two from manga. So there is no continuity. This,
Oh.
everything is
So this is
haywire.
like Tokyo Ghoul, but put into like this. This is the same problem, right? Is this the same Tokyo Ghoul problem?
Is it?
The
Yep,
Tokyo
it
Ghoul
sounds a
season
lot
2,
like
they did an
the
anime
Tokyo Ghoul.
original, and then they started season 3 adapting season 2 from the manga, which was like, why you do this?
Because it's
Didn't
the
something like that happen for Black Butler also?
Black Butler is fine. It's episodic.
Yeah,
Black Butler is mostly
yeah.
episodic, so it doesn't matter if you add anything or no.
No, but they adapted season 2 from a like they ignored the
I
source
know about.
material and turned it into something completely different.
Oh.
So,
No, but if you
uh,
start a second season from different from source material, it's fine. But if you start a first season from source material, as in from
And
source
then
and midway, you just divert it. I mean, the diverted story is decent, but then in season two, you forget everything that has happened in the season one, and then it starts somewhere where the audience has no clue what's going on, and then it's
like
just
maybe
it's a lot.
they adapted the anime too early and
I don't think
they
so.
did not wait for the manga to catch up.
or
Yeah,
they were just trying to rectify the mistakes of, running away with the plot and doing the source material dirty. It happens. It happens in both
or they wanted
situations.
to just earn some quick money, because if they want to redo source material, that's what FMAB did. They
Yeah, I
redo
just
the
wanted to
entire,
talk about that.
Yeah, but
redo
it
the
was
entire.
worth the money they invested
Yeah,
into redoing the adaptation. I'm pretty sure that the fans, all of us, just ate that shit up. We were so excited.
Blue Exhaust was like a really great anime. So that's what I'm saying. It was not on par with maybe, but like I'll give it an 8.5 on 10 because of the emotional value it
Nice.
has. It's the plot is unique. Imagine you have the son of Satan on Earth,
Nice.
and they
Nice.
how is how he is bullied and his characters develop.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
a damn good character driven story, and they just
Ruined it.
Look how they massacred my boy.
So unfortunate.
But I guess anime, like even Devil is a part timer. Like the the anime came out a long time ago, and now
oh,
season
season 2 is
coming.
announced. Season 2
Yeah,
is
like
announced.
no, it's a long enough time. It's not filler, but it's too much of a gap for people to still be interested in it.
I'm still
Oh,
interested.
you mean the
I'm still
Hunter
interested.
Hunter problem?
Hunter x Hunter, that dude is
Yeah,
that yeah that
I know of it. I know of it. Oh,
Yeah. So, what anime did you have? What anime did you watch? that was like really great at the beginning, and then it got ruined towards the end or after the first few episodes, and which had a bad or
Fairy
had by
Tail.
a bad ending. We
Keeps
stay
going
with
back
one
to it.
anime.
He keeps going back to it. For all the, you love fairy tale, Joshua.
I
You
love it. I
adore
still love
this
it.
anime, and you still talk about how it's a bad anime.
It let me down so much.
I
See
think
the pain on
because
my
he loved
face.
it so much,
Yeah.
the betrayal was that much worse.
First.
It's like,
Yeah.
I loved you and you betrayed me.
Oh no.
But yeah, there you go. That's it. Even that note.
Yeah.
And
This is like, for me, it's not actually an anime that's been ruined because the anime is only around 13 episodes. But I really, really, really love the show. That's why I wanted to complete it, and I read the manga. And it's a slice of life show. And the ending actually put me off slice of life, like for the next 1 year, because I was so by the ending. Have you guys
which
heard
one?
of an anime called Usagi Drop?
I heard of it.
No.
Heard of it. Heard of it.
It is possibly like the anime is the cutest and the most adorable thing I have ever seen. It's the story about this guy, okay? His grandfather has an illegitimate child with
Oh, okay.
the maid, and the grandfather dies. So there's no one to take care of this 5-year-old kid. And this 27-year-old guy, he's like, okay, I'll take care of her. And then he had to like downgrade from his work because he couldn't work as many hours as he wanted and live the life he wanted. So he downgraded, went to an easier, like a job where he could give more time to her. The budget's also less, and he has to take care of two people. But how their relationship blossoms and how they go, and she's like just entering school. Very heartfelt show. I absolutely loved it. And that's why I was like, I have to read the manga. Read the manga. At the end, we found out that Rin, the girl, she was not actually the grandfather's daughter. It was just the maid's daughter who, matlab, she didn't know who the father was and she ran away. So the grandfather used to take care of her. So since they are not biologically related, they got married to each other in the manga. And
No.
Dude,
I
same
just
thing happened.
hated
No.
The same
that.
thing happened
I
for my in
Oh
this.
no, no, no.
The same thing happened in this anime called "For My Daughter." I live in kill defeat
Yeah,
the
yeah,
demon
yeah,
lord.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Yeah.
he raises this small child as his daughter, and then since they're not biologically related, they get married in the end.
Oh shit.
No.
I literally
Ew.
hated it. I hated it. It was literally such a and the I kid you not, guys. The show is so heartfelt, and it's such a sweet damn show that I had my like WhatsApp status as a photo of both of them for like a good 6 8 months because I was, and I used to listen to their OST and go to sleep. It was just so beautiful, and then you just go and what?
Don't
Why?
watch the other anime as well.
Don't read the,
Why?
watch the
Well,
anime. Watch the anime. You will love it. Don't read the
Hmm.
manga.
Don't read
Please.
the
It's
manga.
just
Okay.
horrible. Oh, that
One
is
anime,
gross.
one
One of
anime
the
whose season
heartfelt
2.
ones though, Aarti, do you know the calligraphy one? I forgot the name.
Barakamon.
Barakamon. Yeah. It's
Yes, I love Barakamon.
it it's a really hard, but it's not ruined.
The one anime that was ruined for me, the started off really well and ended up bad, was called Sword Art Online.
Ah.
Oh, oh, here we
we're getting
go.
a lot of likes. We're getting
Okay,
1 million likes.
so it started off like
Yeah.
really strong character, really strong plot, and then you have
Yeah.
like Kirito defeating everyone. He's like ace player, and then after episode 3, everyone starts falling for him. After season
Yeah, yeah,
one,
yeah, the harem thing.
after season one, his sister falls for him. The
Yeah, I
Bible,
thought there was some kind of incest in it, right?
not
Like, ew.
such a good show. Why it's such a good plot? Why did add incest to it?
Apparently she's half sister, so they try to justify it that way.
It's still
No.
half.
Like, okay.
So Aarti, on to you. Which
Ah,
end?
okay. Anime that was ruined by endings. Okay, this is probably a mixed bag because I do love the show until like episode 19 when everything went to shit. Darling in the Franxx.
Oh,
I don't know if any of you guys have watched it.
I've heard of it. It's like Seraph of the End, which I hated because of the same reasons. Because
What what what
Really?
genre is it?
it started off really well, and then it became a weird romance kind of thing, and then they
Mm,
just ruined it.
different genre, right? Like
No,
Darling in the
but
Franxx is a mecha show.
Darling in the Franxx is about vampires, right?
No, no. Darling in the Franxx is like basically a copy of Evangelion mixed with
Oh,
coming of age stories and
oh, my
like
bad, my
post
bad.
apocalyptic society. So basically, they have huge mechs that they have to pilot, but instead of having one pilot in it, what they have is two pilots, one male, one female. The female is like bent over and controlling the thing, and then her butt has like handles that the male controls, and it's just like both of them have to pilot it together, and it looks like they're doing it, and it's like a sex
I guess
metaphor
that's the
situation.
point of
That's
No. The thing is, it was basically a show, as sketchy as the premise sounds. Okay, the show was basically like a social commentary about like the uh the whole taboo surrounding like sexuality and all of that kind of stuff, and why teenagers are like kept sheltered and not given enough knowledge about things until it's too late. And it's like a whole big thing about the downfall of modern society. Great show until they take the plot, right, about like just teenagers discovering what life is and what like relationships are and fighting with giant robots to save the world. They go from that into alien invasion and the power of friendship launch these robots into space and have this chick fuse with the robot and turn into this magic huge waifu robot in space to fight off the aliens. And it's
I'm
just
sold. I'm watching this show, guys. I'm watching
good.
this show. Waifu
it's
robot.
so messed
I'm in.
up. And then they take
Jojo,
a good show and then they just the plot did like a 185-degree rotation and just went off into space war with aliens. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. This was supposed to be like a kind of Evangelion-esque deep story, and it just turned into I don't know what the fuck.
Gurren Lagann.
It was
It turned into
horrible.
Gurren Lagann. It turned into Gurren Lagann. That's what happened.
Basically, yeah, it turned into Gurren Lagann. It turned into I don't even know what kind of a monstrosity, but it was a really good show. Everyone on the internet was talking about how Zero
Yeah,
Two with the little horns is best waifu. I mean, she is good waifu. She is best waifu, but then they just take her character and they massacre it and they turn her into a huge giant robot to fight aliens. Why are you doing this
She's
to
the
me?
one who becomes the waifu.
Yeah,
This girl.
this one.
I'm watching
That
we are
one.
not
that,
editing out that
guys.
part.
I'm watching
Please
that
keep
show.
it in.
Yes, that one. That one. So
Abel,
Darling in the
Abel
Franxx,
used
good
to send
show
me.
until then.
Abel used to send me that TikTok like every day. He's like, I love this one so much. And he said, like, I'm still not done loving one. And he said,
Dude, it's true though. Like I had friends here who are non-weebs sending me this TikTok being like, Aarti, what is this? Who is this? And I was just like, this is what is called a waifu. Here you go. Like, how explaining it to the normies? Oh my god. It's a good show until like they go and fuck up the plot. But I think also the reason they fucked up the plot is because they had a limited budget, limited season runtime. So they took their time developing stuff and then they had to just rush through plot and skip over
I think
important shifts. I don't know. I
I
mean,
think that's what
watch
happened with
it.
Horimiya
Good
as well.
waifus. Yeah.
I think that's what happened with Horimiya as well.
I have not watched Horimiya
Same,
yet.
but I've heard that they had the same issue.
No, but from what I can tell, Horimiya is universally loved. Do people hate it? I don't know.
The
Is there a
anime,
hate community for Horimiya?
the anime was really badly done. Apparently, they skipped over a lot of things and they just rushed it over.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you put a manga into 13-episode anime, right?
Yeah, but you can also have a season 2.
Depends. I guess consumer ratings drive that. But
Yeah,
it's true. I mean, you would
consumer
love to
market.
have so many shows get a season 2 and they never get a season 2 because this is just how the community is and this is how the cookie crumbles.
Uh,
So
I,
sad.
st- I feel really bad that the no game, no life guy went to jail.
oh, you went to jail?
Always,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, apparently
Dropping bombs.
But no, for some really, really messed up stuff that I don't think we can talk about on YouTube.
Wait,
But
is it
the, the,
You
uh,
can you can
Carry
just
on.
YouTube it. You can just
Okay.
search it.
We'd rather have less work for the editor.
he
Thank
said
you.
it.
Acha, acha.
He said it. We're going to have to cut it out.
Ayo.
I'm
So
sorry.
I'm like, Josh is like, oh yeah, it's because of beep beep. Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
so one last
Sorry.
question: Did anyone like the way of the house husband, the new
I
anime?
loved it. It's so
I
good.
watched
Oh, I
first
haven't
3 episodes
watched.
I didn't like
and
it.
I'm just laughing.
I
I'm
didn't
like
like.
laughing every 3 minutes. I'm getting like a laughter.
So
Oh, I
true.
I
watched
didn't.
it
I have
then.
to like pause to finish laughing because I'm missing the future dialogue, and I'm like, okay, Aarti, pause, finish laughing, then play it because it's so good.
I didn't like it, dude. Because I
Also,
mean,
how
Why?
is he
because
so kawaii, dude?
see every two
He
episodes.
sounds so angry, but he's so kawaii.
It's adorable.
But see,
What is your problem with it, Anshuman? What is your problem?
these episodes
Did
are
you go
just
with the
2 minutes
love and
long,
accept
2 to 3 minutes
part?
long, and the plot is just the same. Like after first two episodes, you can just understand. Like, yeah, he does it. He's actually not doing something wrong. He's actually just he looks up like a mafia kind of thing. But after this,
This
He
is
you
is
what
a
you
get
call
repetitive.
mafia.
slice of life. This is
What do you mean?
slice of
Yeah,
life anime do not always have plot. The
no,
whole idea is
no,
daily
that's
life
not.
driven by the character.
Yeah, that's right. But then after episode, as in the episode like the sub episode
I
two,
bet, I bet
it's
Anshuman
just
would
the
hate
same
off
thing over
this.
and over. It's the same thing over and over. Like he's not actually he's doing something shady, but no, he's not actually doing something shady. He just looks shady. That's the entire. You just summarize everything. You know
But
what is
it's
going to happen.
wholesome, isn't it? Like the different situations and like the way that they react to it and
He's a,
misunderstandings is what makes
but
it
it's the
so
same. He's
wholesome.
the same
He
misunderstanding over and over
literally,
again.
he literally meets past Yakuza bosses and he's like, you should try this instead. And they're like, oh yeah, this is way better. Like, shut up, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, I'm just a house person, no, peace. And then he like just buzz off. But
It's
I love
so
him, man.
good.
But I thought it was a bit too fast paced. I think it should give him a bit more time as in per sub episode to properly execute it.
That's why you pause and then you laugh and then you start the next episode. Like what
Anshuman, we're
Aarti is
not letting
doing.
this go. We're not letting this go.
So
Short
Aarti
form
is like
anime
the
are not
Wafa.
your thing. I think you are a plot
no,
driven person
so
and
I
like
liked
that is what you
Daily Life High
need.
School Boys. I liked Psyche K. So they're like pretty. I mean, they are pretty short, but they're done
But
clearly. Like,
Psychic is like half an episode. This is like, there'll be like
Exactly.
6, 7 stories in like one
Daily
episode.
Life High School Boys. Even that's like 5 or 10 episodes in one
Yeah,
episode.
That's
But then I
something
like.
like my Padawan has told me to watch.
It's
it
really good.
is. It's so good. Daily
Really good.
Life of High
Really.
School Boys is so hilarious. It has some of the best, like that and Nichijou. Those two shows are the funniest shows in all of anime, in my opinion.
You'll
You
just
can quote
die
me
laugh.
on that.
And me too. I'm quoting Aarti, and you can quote me that. You can quote me quoting Aarti.
Yes, I said it first. Yeah. Okay, that marks the end of the episode, guys. Links to all the videos and the channels that we mentioned, like Epic Mealtime, etc., will be found in the description box below or the show notes, where you will also find our Instagram and Twitter handles at Slice of Anime Pod. Please feel free to give us a follow there. And if you want to send us feedback or recommendations or comments or anything like that, send us an email at comicallyunstablelogue@gmail.com.